Right, good afternoon, everybody. Right, well, I was live about 10 minutes ago, but I made a bit of a fuck up. I apologise unreservedly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just do my share ups, and then you'll have my complete undivided attention. So I'm back live now. I've got 10 of you watching. I apologise for the mess up. It's really annoying when that happens, but I actually hit the go live button by accident, which caused me a little bit of an issue. So I'm basically just sharing my video as much as possible so it gets as far and as wide as possible, hopefully. So probably if you could do the same, if you could perhaps all share my video to your Facebook, your Twitter, your social media accounts, etc., etc. So anyway, the topic of conversation this afternoon is basically my banner, which you will see at the top of my profile, etc., etc. So in the meantime, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, and like, share, share it across, and that would be absolutely brilliant. So anyway, let's get back to the proper topic in hand, my banner. I basically created it on Snapper. That is snappa.com, not snaper.com, which I actually fucked up on that. And it actually took me to this lawnmower firm, which is Snap ER. If you perhaps might want to maybe give them a look out. You never know, you might find them interesting as well. But anyway, Snapper is that sort of thing where you can get a banner sorted. I mean, I basically created this one myself. And basically, the thing is, it's, what did I have? I mean, I have to look myself now, so I'm just going to go on my phone, and it just says on the top, The Undatables, Richard. So basically, that's so you all know exactly who I am. Some people are going, "Oh, you that guy off the telly?" And of course, I say, yes, I am that guy off the telly. So, but thank you to Real B Twifts. Thank you for doing that for me. Thank you for sharing it. But yeah, I'm okay. But any sort of any questions you might have about Snapper? It's not the easiest thing in the world to use, I have to admit. They could make it a little teeny weeny bit easier to actually use, I think, because I actually find it really hard to work out what to do. I mean, I've done well because I've created the banner at the top, Um, but yeah, I mean, you're right. I am famous. Well, yes, you're right, Jack. Um, yeah, things were a bit different in the old days. You used to sort of maybe go and knock on your friend's door, who's perhaps in the next street, a few doors down. But now, of course, you can actually um, text people. I mean, I'll be phoning a friend of mine before I walk around. He only lives in the next street, a few doors down. So um, I'll be phoning before I go around, sort of thing. Um, so, but yeah, but the topic of the conversation is the banner. Ask me anything. I'll do my utmost to answer for you. I'm not very good at it at the moment. I'll admit that I'm pretty hopeless, but that at least tells you straight away a little bit about who I am, where I've come from. I'm off the TV. Maybe I should get back in the box and just shut up for once. But well, actually, that's quite interesting. Your nan got to meet Cliff Richard. We almost met him because he drove past our house in the 80s. A bit of madness, our house. But sure enough, he passed our house back in the 80s. And I was basically so young, I had no idea who he was at the time, because I was only about 6 years old. And the taxi driver said, "Oh, look, there's Cliff Richard," sort of thing. Got really excited. I had no idea what this was all about. I had no idea who he was at the time until, of course, I was actually told who he was. She saw him on Top of the Pops, sort of thing. He's very, very famous back in the day. So, but just thought it was mad at the time why everybody was getting so excited. You know, this bloke just basically drove past our house. So what? Sort of thing. So, so yeah, we did come close. But let's have a look at the comments here. Well, James, he was never actually convicted of anything, and I just think that just because he's a single guy, they just thought he was a weirdo. But not everybody finds the right person. That's the thing. One of my neighbours once was targeted just because he was by himself. I think that they just thought that they could give him the large one. I just think it's wrong. So let's have a look here. But I think I probably am on Tinder somewhere. what I do is I just sort of look on there a bit from time to time, and have a bit of a swipe. But I normally just swipe the opposite way because I'm just having a look, basically. And I can just register if I actually want to. But well done to your nan for getting Cliff's autograph there. But no is the answer to that one. I'm afraid I haven't actually bothered us yet. Kind of still hoping to get some clippers. But then again, should I perhaps cut my hair myself? Should I perhaps do a YouTube of me just getting the scissors and cutting it myself? And actually filming it on YouTube as well. Do you think that would be a good idea, guys? Do you think it would be a good laugh to do that, or am I being stupid? Well, that's a resounding yes there. What do other people think? That's the thing. And of course, your name is Jasmine Cut, but then again, you would say that, wouldn't you? So I can't think about it then. Well, yeah, I think that's probably right. We do look better with a shorter cut. I must say, I think that we do. My friend who's in my area the other day, at one time he kind of had a sort of Robbie Williams kind of do. And I think he kind of regretted it a little bit because we've gone into lockdown and basically he couldn't do anything much. So I think he just sort of got the clippers and shaved it. And then, of course, later on, he was going, well, I could do with a bit of a cut. And I was like, no. You've just had it done. You've just done it. No, you don't need it. He'd already booked an appointment with the barber, and it was kind of like, I'll let you have my appointment if you like, because yours is a lot longer than mine. I was like, no. I don't like to put people out at all, you see. So it's not the end of the world, if you see what I mean. But yeah, who was that who said that their granddad's hair was longer than grandma's hair? It is possible. But yeah, I can wish them a very happy anniversary. That's not a problem for me. All the very best, guys. My favourite film, I think he's got I don't watch an awful lot of TV, so it's got to be The Undateables, I think. I try to be neutral. I mean, everybody, I think, has the right to a life and not be persecuted in any way whatsoever. I mean, I've got my problems. People give me a hard time for my autism, um, but what I tend to do nowadays is I just tend to turn the other cheek. You should do music reaction videos. If you follow me on TikTok, that's kind of what I'm sort of doing. So I guess anyway. So anybody got any questions that might like to ask me? Because the main topic of conversation really is the banner, to kind of make sure that you all I think probably favourite garden bird would probably be the sparrow, I reckon. I mean, don't see so many of those around as we did, say, in the 70s and 80s. That's rather difficult. But then again, of course, still looking, but I get chatted up rather a lot. It happened this afternoon when I just gone to the shop to do my normal stuff. Of course, it never ceases to amaze me. It never ceases to amaze me. I always get chatted up by married women. Always. You know, always constant. And I go, are you offering? And it's like, you know, I know you're taken. I know you are taken. I just know you are taken. So when they do that, I know that they're in a relationship. So there we are. I mean, I just know. It depends. It really depends. But I'm not one for breaking up relationships. I don't intentionally just go out of my way to do that. I just basically let the world go by. I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't like it being done to me. I don't believe in just going out and intentionally taking somebody else's partner. I think it's awful. No, I'm not a home wrecker. I wouldn't. I'm not in the market for that. But yeah, I've been asked to do my muscles, so therefore I am. Best chat up line. I don't know actually. I don't normally sort of take an awful lot of notice, really, of chat up lines. I don't really sort of. Well, I don't know really. I suppose if I see somebody I like, I might say they look nice, maybe, possibly. I don't know. Well, if somebody's rich, then they're rich, aren't they? And hi to you. Hope you are well. But one thing that I really don't like is these huge firms. They basically can't help but make billions of pounds, like the supermarkets. It is wrong. And what makes me so cross is recently they've been, when you phone them up, they basically tell you that they can't talk to you about availability of a product. And I was understanding at first, when the crisis first came about, I was understanding, look, don't bring them up and cause issue. It won't be right. But now, of course, I go into the supermarket. Whilst most of the shelves have things on them, and there's not widespread empty shelves anymore, touch wood. I go in there and I find that they don't have chili powder, or the chili powder that I want, and sometimes they're completely out of it. And it is annoying, and I think this is probably going to be another video that I will concentrate on in the next few days. I think we'll dedicate it to an entire video. But to be saying that now, it just won't wash. And I might even do a live video of me phoning them up, sort of thing, and asking, why that there aren't any certain products. So I think the best thing that you can do in this situation is be kind. I think that's what I would do. I wouldn't discriminate. Doesn't matter if somebody is gay, lesbian, trans, bisexual, or whatever. I don't think that it matters. Just be kind. And thank you for that. But anyway, yeah, shout out there to Sam from me. I don't think that people use their real name. Well, I'm not very happy with China, to be honest. The way things are going out there. But there you are. Okay, another party trick. The muscles. You all like it, so I'll do it. the famous muscle twitch. Okay. But anyway, yes, happy. Can you shout out? He's 40 this weekend, and happy wedding anniversary as well to you both there. I don't know yet. I'm still thinking about what I should possibly have later on. I don't really know is the answer to that one, but probably something with beef. Yeah, I've been on a few. Went to Mallorca. The water in Mallorca don't taste like it. If you were around in the 80s, you probably know what I'm getting at. So yeah, we went to the Spanish island Mallorca. So there we are. I've also been to Lourdes in France, and I'm actually not a Catholic, by the way, but we did go there, or I went there with a group when I was younger. So yeah, I've been away. Also, we lived in Norway when I was about sort of Sweden when I was about 1, and then when I was 3, came back to England for my brother to be born, and then of course we went straight on to Norway. So we was in Norway, stayed there till I was 5 years old. So I have been about in my time. I have actually been about. So, but now that I'm settled in life, I don't like to go too far afield. Having to make sure that I've got everything in order to go on holiday. No. And have I ever seen a ghost? Yes, I have. Yeah, I definitely have. I didn't know what I was seeing. I didn't realise what I was seeing, I should say, because I just thought that it was somebody causing mischief, but found out later on that it wasn't somebody causing mischief. I really don't know what it was, to be quite frank with you. I really don't, but I'd say demon would be what it probably was, because I was in the area around roughly where I live, not too far away from where I live. I was with the Scouts, and there was this girl that was just being what I perceived to be irritating, and my friends basically said a few horrible comments to her because she was being quite frankly annoying. Well, that's what we thought anyway. And we actually got into a bit of trouble over it because it was, right, you three, a word, and I was one of the 3, of course. And you boys should know better. You are the older boys. Stop it. And it was Richard Lawrence. I hear any more of you threatening to hit anybody or hitting anybody. I've heard about you doing it last week. Don't do it again anymore. your own. I was like, yes. So anyway, to cut a long story short, when I was 35 years old, gone back to the same site again. I'm going to say where it is, but I went to the same site again, and who should I see? The same girl, Courtney, exactly the same time, fresh cut on her forehead, dirty mark on her face, ripped skirt, exactly the same condition, same everything, exactly the same. So there we are. Needless to say, I knew something not in the land of living, actually brushed up against me in the time. But one of my friends said, "Oh, that girl is flying." I was like, "Rubbish, rubbish, rubbish," but not anymore. So there we are. But yeah, you're right. It is very spooky. So also, well, yeah. I mean, there's no crime in just staying where you are, is there? I don't think. And also, the scout been doing for 8 years, beavers and cubs. But it's a long time ago since I was anything to do with the scout movement. We had quite a lot of fun actually. It wasn't too bad. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing having autism, Laura. I don't think anyway. Some people they tend to treat you rather badly, or they think that they can get away with treating you rather badly. I've had that a lot from time to time, and then if they do, basically I'll say something to them, tell them to stop, and basically if they continue, then they'll be bother. Well, yes, I think that it means that you can be rather smart. I mean, basically, what people with autism do is we tend to sort of keep out of things a lot of the time, or sometimes we'll get involved. And then for whatever reason, we speak our minds. I find because I speak my mind, it can cause problems. And so you've got ADD, attention deficit disorder. I don't think that's bad. I mean, they say attention deficit disorder means deficit, but sometimes it can mean that you can have real attention to detailed sort of thing. Sometimes you miss other parts. Well, yes, that's bad. I mean, it can be especially bad when you're a child, and it can be awful because there were one or two people at my school that, quite frankly, shouldn't have been there, but they were, and we had to put up with them, sadly. I remember one bloke. I was in the taxi with him, unfortunately, and it really was unfortunate that he was on the way to where I lived. So I was dropped by, take him home, and I remember it was a relief when he got out of the taxi. An absolute relief. And I can remember he stabbed me with this skewer on my wrist here. I can remember it well. It basically just went ping, and he laughed about it. And it was horrid to me in the taxi on the way home. I know I wasn't perfect myself. I wasn't God's gift to anybody, but I do think that people should leave people alone when they're vulnerable and not bully them. If they haven't got anything positive to say or do, then just leave it. That's my philosophy anyway. So I do have a tendency to overdo it. Sometimes, yeah, I do tend to overdo the drink a little bit. I must admit. So yeah, I do rather go overboard sometimes with the glass of wine or whatever I'm having. I'm not as bad as I once was, but yeah. Anybody got anything else they want to ask me or anything? Anybody got anything they want to ask about the banner? It was I made it on Snapper, snapper.com, not DR at the end, but snap with an A on the end sort of thing, because that's where I fucked up, and I was like, no. It took me to this lawnmower website, which I didn't want at the time, so it's rather annoying. Oh, this is a funny one. Very good, Simon. Yeah, my doctor told me to watch my drinking, so I go to a pub with mirrors. Very good. But yeah, you're right, Laura. It's just vile, and so anyway, a lot of people, a lot of children, they don't tell anybody that they're being bullied by somebody. They just basically take it very inwardly, like my brother did when he was bullied at school. He wouldn't say anything to my mum. I mean, I think my mum did actually get it out of him somehow. I remember him going, please, 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 just leave it, leave it. What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter? She was saying. And of course, he wouldn't say anything. And just had a paddy whack. I think that was the occasion anyway. But so my mum went and made a complaint about it, and basically they had to stop. But coming back to my story, I kept on going home and saying, he's bullying me, he's bullying me, he's bullying me in a taxi, bullies me in a playground, he did this to me, look, nothing is done. You said something last time, it wasn't done, it wasn't dealt with. Why wasn't it dealt with? It's not good enough, it hurts, it's horrible, he's a horrible boy, nasty boy, sort of thing. And I've gone home crying and all that sort of business. But so anyway, my mum got onto the taxis and said, he gets into a fight with another boy, and would you mind just separating them? Have a word with all of the drivers. Tell them to stop this boy from bullying him. All that sort of stuff. Stop him from bullying my son. And we should complain to them. Tell them, complain to them, tell him to stop bullying you. So eventually, of course, the school did something as well. I can remember the head teacher who took me aside and said, "Oh, Richard, I just want to speak to you about what was in your home book the other day, about how I'm not going to name names because it wouldn't be appropriate, about this boy bullying you, etc." So she basically said, "I've already spoken to him about it already and told him to stop. And if he does do it again, come and see me." And that was basically the end of the matter for at least a while. But unfortunately, it did start again. So it meant that I just went home and said, "He's doing it again, he's doing it again, he's doing it again, he's doing it again, he's doing it again. He's hitting me and punching me and calling me names and, oh, God, dear, So anyway, yeah, they did actually do something about it, but it took a long time, and the taxi people did separate him in the end, and it did stop. But obviously it did stop because he left. Of course, he was bigger than me at the time. It made me very angry. And unfortunately, I did become a bit of a bully myself, especially later on. Well, yes, he should have been, really. They shouldn't really have been taking that type of child into the school, let alone anything else. But I can remember speaking to the head teacher who came later on, and I'm still in contact with her now. And well, the thing is, what happens is when people are kicked out of their schools for whatever reason, Lindenbridge does a rescue job. But I said, well, no, I think that they need to stop that, because it's all right if they don't bully other children, but if they do cause issue with other children and bully them, then it's a really, really bad thing. So there we are. I mean, you really, really should have been dealt with the hard way, and they should have been put in a more specialist setting for them, because they were really they were bored and uninspired, and so of course they'll use that, they'll play on that, and they'll bully somebody who's more vulnerable than them. So it's awful. Anybody got any questions? I mean, we've kind of gone off the subject a bit, as we tend to do on this channel. I mean, really, we should keep it on the subject. I mean, it's really the banner. So the reason I did that is so you all know exactly who I am, exactly what I do, where I'm from, the TV program I was from the Undateables, so so do I like die-cast cars? New one to me. Well, I'm not really one for modern cars as such. Um, I mean, I'm kind of hoping that, they stop basically making the best cars, I think, in my opinion. Still looking, still looking. But most people live a long way from me. I mean, I live a long way from most people. It's very, very remote, I have to say. And I possibly even live overseas from you, Laura. So there we are. But yeah, as I was saying, I tend to like older vehicles, and I'm hoping that the new Grenadier four-wheel drive, it's all over the internet. It's kind of based on the old Land Rover Defender, a little bit based on the Jeep, bit of G-Wagon in there as well. Easy to work on as well. You can fix it in the field. So for me, that's a bit of a turn up for the books. But I might still be on the hunt. I don't like to give too much away over here. But yeah, gosh, I didn't realise the time. I better. You live up the other end of the country from me, Laura, I'm afraid. So, but anyway, I better make a move now, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I might do another video on something a little bit different, and hopefully, well, the challenge is to stay on the subject, guys. But then again, of course, I like to take your comments and listen to your comments, questions, all that sort of stuff. It's all very interesting. So I might be seeing a friend later on, so I better make a move. Wish you all best, 7-3, and hopefully catch you again all very, very soon.